What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and welcome to my very first casted Age of Empires 4 game on the media preview. This game is going to feature Mr. Destructo playing as the Delhi Sultanate versus Pierogi Lord playing as the Rus. Now, the Delhi Sultanate, if you played the closed beta earlier this summer, you might have got a chance to see this civ once before, but the Rus, as we know, is one of the last civs that we have not seen in the beta so far. So let's get into this game and see what these players are doing. So Mr. Destructo, you can see in the blue, going for these berries right away. The Delhi Sultanate does have a bonus for berry bush gathering, so it is useful to put your villagers on those berry bushes right out of the gate. Interesting, he's also opening with a lumber camp and also a mining camp. So going for all three resources right out of the gate. Very interesting opening. Let's go see what Pierogi Lord is up to. So Pierogi Lord has his initial sheep nearby. He's got all of his villagers so far gathering their sheep and scouting. Now, with the Rus, they have this bounty bonus for their civilization. As you can see, hunting animals as the Rus earns a bounty of gold. Reaching certain thresholds of total bounty provides economic bonuses. So there's 3 different tiers you get. So as you kill animals throughout the... There you go. You just saw +5 gold. It will add up towards these bounty bonuses. So we'll have to check back in on that as that bounty increases. Now, he did start with 7 villagers on food and is now building his lumber camp. Let's go see. I think Mr. Destructo has a plan here. He went straight for 3 different economic buildings right out of the gate. And look at that. He's already getting wheelbarrow. He is definitely a man with the plan right now. And I'm sure he has a build order that he is planning on using here. Okay, so he's got villagers, 8 villagers currently on that mill with that berry bonus here for food. He's got 2 on wood, his first house that he built here. And then he has his 1 villager on gold up here to the north. Scouting, he did go kind of a circle, kind of this pattern around his base, and has picked up some sheep. This map, if we take a look at it, let's see if we can reveal it. There we go. Is a rather open map. There's some trees kind of in the middle, but overall you can pass through this. There's hunts, there's gold. It's a pretty standard open map. And to be honest, I kind of like that. I kind of the type of map that I prefer in general versus, the different maps that can sometimes become gimmicky depending on, how the layout is. But let's see what these players are doing. Let's go back to the player, Pierogi Lord. He is gathering wood alongside with his food. He has not queued up his age yet. So currently still gathering food. He's going to need to get some gold in order to age up. But it's interesting. Look how much gold. He already has 177 gold and hasn't built a mining camp. And you know how he's doing that? He is using that bounty bonus from killing the animals. And very interesting, the Rus are able to get enough gold to age up without ever building a gold vein. Very interesting, and definitely going to be something to get used to compared to some of the other civilizations. So there you go. Down goes his golden gate for his age up. Allows exchange of resources at a favorable rate. Generates an additional exchange every minute. Okay, so his age up's underway. Let's go see what Mr. Destructo is up to here on the south side of the map. He is building his mosque along with his Dome of Faith. Now, the Dome of Faith produces scholars at minus 50% cost of the landmark. So you can produce those scholars cheaper. And what you do with the Delhi Sultanate, as you can kind of see the yellow outline here, is you build a network of influence as you connect your buildings. And you can garrison your scholars inside the mosque, and then it will give a boost. So if you look over here, look at this. Active research items. Total garrison scholars, he's got 1 right now. And so this is going to make it so that he's able to research faster. So all of their technologies are provided for free, but they're very, very, very slow. So this is how you go about speeding that up. Okay. Now, the reason why he built all 3 of these economic buildings right out of the gate, and now I'm just remembering, is because of those free techs, he instantly queued up a technology for free right out of the gate with all of them. So he has the very early research that he's able to get out of those economic buildings. Okay, so kind of a economic open for sure for the Delhi Sultanate here with Mr. Destructo. Definitely an economic focusing civ kind of in general for the early game. Okay, Pierogi Lord. He's got 3 scouts out here right now. He is really trying to gather maybe all the sheep, and perhaps I'm wondering if he's going to go for early hunts, perhaps to get that bounty system going. You know what? Maybe he's been going around slaughtering animals, perhaps. I know you can go kill the wolves with these. It's hard to say exactly if he has been doing that. Right now, he's just kind of running around with all 3 of them together, which doesn't seem ideal. Oh, here we go. Okay, he's definitely been doing that. Look at this. He's already slaughtered all of these deer. And look at this bounty already. He's already at 100. He's unlocked tier 1, 5% villager food harvest rate, and hunting cabins generate gold every 27 seconds. Does he have any hunting cabins yet? He's got a wooden fortress for defense, but I'm not seeing any hunting cabins. Throwing down some stables. There's a hunting cabin right there. So this is generating 19 gold per minute. You can see nice tool tips, let you know what's going on. And we have scouts running around the map. I mean, obviously he was killing these animals. And perhaps this is a strategy we're going to see from Russo a lot, going around the map, just slaughtering all of the hunts. I assume he can get the upgrade at the hunting cabin to be able to bring those back in if he gets professional scouts, but obviously that'll cost a significant amount of gold. So he's got 2 stables going down, and in the very back, some houses. And let's see what's going on with Mr. Destructo. So Delhi Sultanate, he's got now 3 scholars inside of this mosque. That is going to boost the research rate for everything that is within this network. And you can see there he is putting up a barracks now. So his first military building, he does have a stable and a few lancers out on the field, or horsemen rather. Those are those cheap early cavalry. But I have a feeling Pierogi Lord is going to have a sizable cav mass on the way. He's got these horsemen. Now, the Rus do have access to an early knight if they decide that they want to train them. Obviously, they're a little bit more expensive than, of course, these scout, but are strong units. It does look like he is currently training horsemen. They cost a lot of gold, so I'm not sure if he'll go for these early knights or not. So an all cav kind of opening, it makes me wonder, is he going to be in trouble if Mr. Destructor decides to push here with, he's kind of got spearmen and lancers, or horsemen. But I would suspect with the Delhi Sultanate, he's probably trying to play a more defensive game. So I don't know if we're going to see any type of pressure other than maybe some raiding here going on right now. Okay, just be careful. Towns are getting in range, looking to try to pick something up. He has now scouted the 2 stables, and right behind that we have the wooden fortress, which is a unique unit for the Rus. Let's look over at Pierogi Lord. And that wooden fortress, lumber camps and town centers within the influence of wooden fortress return 20% more wood. So these are giving more wood because of this wooden fortress. Now, a lot of idle villagers at the second, probably just watching out for these raids, but not going to be able to pick anything up with this raid. He is coming back with these scouts. It just looks like he's mostly just slaughtered all of the hunts in the middle of the map. Let's look at the tabs we have here. So we have current resources right now is what we're looking at. Let's see income per minute. Kind of a wild graph to look at, but there it is. There's also military. Nothing lost, but there's about to be maybe a house going down. You see the player's score. So pretty even at the moment. Landmark tracker. That's interesting. It's 2 landmarks, 1 tracker, and a sacred tracker. So I still think current resources and probably the military graph will be probably the most interesting, and maybe the score as we move on. Okay, here we go. So that house is currently burning. That's obviously an Age of Empires 4. Your structures do catch fire once they get low enough health, but you can stop them from burning with your villagers. There you go. You see he has stopped the burning of that house. It does cost him some resources to do that. But he has warded off these horsemen for now. Now, I don't think these scouts really are able to just engage this. But he does have plenty of defensive buildings right now. So other than just like some being annoying raids, Mr. Director, not probably going to get a whole lot here. Okay, let's go see what's going on over on Mr. Destructor's land. So he is currently looks like just producing a few spears. He's got some gold and food. It looks like he's trying to age up to me. He's got about 1,500 food in the bank, about 450 gold. He's going to need, I believe it's 600 gold. Yep, 600 gold to age up. Now, when he goes to age up, We'll have to see which wonder he decides. For the first one, he went for the Dome of Faith, which has given him these cheaper scholars. Okay, let's go. What's going on over here? Okay, we got a little bit of engagement. Destructo was able to connect on some of these villagers here. We should be able to get at least one of these. Do they have any extra HP? Let's see. Can I see that by clicking on them? Yeah, he does not have the upgrade for them yet. But at the same time, we have some scouts looking to maybe do some raiding, but they need to be careful. Those spears will easily catch those. Okay. Now, let's look at this bounty bonus. So he's got tier 1. To get to tier 2, he's going to need 250 to get that bounty. He has not killed these deer. Interesting. He tried to kill some of them, but hasn't killed all of them. I also wonder if these scouts could take on that boar. It's definitely if he gets the upgrade at the hunting cabin. It does look like actually he has that upgrade now. So he could actually bring all of these deer back into his base if he wants to. But he's currently just running around. Okay, there we go. One down. You saw that plus 10 gold. Okay, there goes another one. Watch the bounty. 135. 145. That is going up. 155. Man, like what an interesting civilization mechanic, getting gold while he's hunting. And then he's picking these up. You see that? He's got all these hunts. They don't decay, unlike in the other Age of Empires games. Those deer will retain that food, and you can bring them back to the safety of the town center. And he is well along his way to that second tier. So definitely a hunting-focused civilization. It's going to be in your interest to go out there and get those. Let's see if Mr. Destructo is aging up. Now, later on, as he gets to age 3 and age 4, we'll have access to the very, very powerful War Elephant units that Daily Sultanate has. And I'm interested to see if there's been any changes to these since I last had my hands on them. I know they were absolute tanks in one of the other betas. Okay, so we have the House of Learning going up. Now, the House of Learning has some research, some texts that he can get early on. So you can check them out here. So very interesting. It also makes the research rate of the buildings within the influence of a mosque or a madrasa is increased by 12.5% for each garrison scholar in all mosques and madrasas. Okay. So he's going ahead, just queuing up all those researches because why not? They're free. It's just going to take time. And just kind of chilling, doing his thing. And you know, both players are kind of booming right now, but Mr. Destructor, you see, pulling ahead, at least as far as the score is concerned. And the one thing with Delhi, with those free techs stacking up over time, you know, he can queue up all those armory upgrades right as he hits the next age, get all of those economic upgrades. I'm not sure how Roos is going to handle, you know, the late power that Delhi will have. Obviously, he's working on getting his bounties. He has reached the second tier, so now he has plus 10% of villager food harvest rate, and hunting cabins are generating gold every 24 seconds. But as far as army goes right now, not really much to show for. He's got some light archers. He is aging up himself with the Abbey of Trinity. Abbey of Trinity acts as a monastery, can produce warrior monks at half the cost, and contains unique religious technology. So a religious landmark for him. Going after that boar. The boar is very tanky. Probably going to lose that scout to that boar. Let's see how much bounty this... Can these scouts even kill this boar? Look at this. This boar is just shaking it off. You know what? Yeah, I think he's realized. I think that boar could kill all of these scouts. Now, I wonder if the boar will regenerate health. No, he's just going to keep... The boars are just chasing. Okay, yes, he did. He's back at full health now. So, lesson learned. Don't mess with the boar unless you are prepared to face his mighty wrath. Now, these are early knights. Now, the knights make quick work of that boar. Oh, I didn't see how much bounty he got from it, but he did get some bounty. Mr. Destructo using his scholar to take that sacred site there. Now, this will generate a little bit of gold for him. And actually, I believe it's a civ bonus. If I'm not mistaken, they get more gold generation from the sacred sites than other civilizations. But it's been a bit since I've played them, so we'll have to double check that. Now this map, let's see. Okay, there's one. They're in the corners. The other two would be in the corner. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We got some Delhi Sultanate's horsemen and spears kind of guarding the sacred site in the middle. And what's going up over here? That would be a town center next to the berry bushes. Very nice. Back at home, he does have, we have now 2 moss at just about full scholar. So he's, 3 moss, right? Look, 1, 2, 3. He is going to be getting all these techs so crazy fast. That's really going to be help him out. I feel like he's just booming ahead right now. Let's go see what's going on with Pierogi Lord. Now, Pierogi Lord has unlocked his 2nd tier bounty, but as far as like what else is out on the map, he's got his scouts running around. Okay, he is using his warrior monk to capture one of the relics there. What is this? We got a little bit of a fight here. We got some archers up against spearmen. Now the archers will counter the spearmen, and these are just veteran horsemen, so the archers won't do terrible against them. And he's got some knights to protect him. Knights got plenty of armor, and it looks like he did kill one of the priests there and is going to be taking the sacred site for his own. He will need to get his warrior monk on there in order to capture it. In the back, we have a siege workshop going down on the far back line. A few idle villagers. Look at the villager count. We're sitting here at 47 villagers. 47 villagers for Pierogi Lord, and for Mr. Destructo, he's got 54. So just ahead on the villager count. And think about town centers. Pierogi Lord still on his first town center, though he's getting bonuses from his wooden fortresses. He's getting bonuses from his bounties, his hunting cabins. You know, I guess he could build some more hunting cabins because they're going to generate gold, but I guess he's not going to. Oh, I say that, and look, here he goes. You would think I was looking into the future. There we go. So he is going to be building that hunting cabin. If the wolf doesn't kill his villager, which might happen, he does not have his, I think it's called textiles instead of rather loom. Oh my gosh, look at that. Villager barely survives, and the warrior monk heals him up, and he will be able to complete that hunting cabin. Let's take a look at Mr. Destructo, and let's check in on the score. Score-wise, Mr. Destructo just barely ahead. Well, just barely. It was at least 500-point gap right now, but we'll see what that equals when armies get out here on the battlefield. He does have a keep here in base to be nice and defensive, and honestly, the Delhi Sultanate, if you just can turtle up, get full tech, and then start producing those elephants, like they are an unstoppable force. So we will have to see if that is what Mr. Destructor goes for. He doesn't have a whole lot of army, so it kind of leads me to think maybe he would. But he might want to change his macro and get some more food here and work towards the next age. Guys, archer range, and I say that, and here we go. War elephants in queue right now. Now these are the melee ones, and then from the archer range you can make ones that have little archers that sit on top of them. Both are good at their own things, but this unit is just like an absolute tank. If you look here at the stable, war elephant costs 600 food and 400 gold. Like, think about how many infantry that unit alone is worth. That's like a one-man army. So if you walk up to that with 5 spears, you're going to be very disappointed because that elephant is just going to laugh at you. What's going on down here on the right? He's got his town center down. Now, this sacred site appears to be captured for Pierogi Lord. He does have one very interesting. Wait, does he have it captured? Yes. Okay, it is. Yes, there he goes, generating that gold. Now, if you capture all 3 sacred sites, he can work towards a victory. Kind of walk around with his army. He has veteran archers, but man, these things would not deal with a war elephant right now. I really feel like Mr. Destructo has the stronger army at the moment. And economy. I mean, look at that score. He is about 3K ahead right now. Now, one thing in Age Mars 4, you can't see the score, so you don't know if your enemy's ahead, are they behind, what's going on. For better, for worse, that's just a thing you have to deal with in this game. So he might not even know these elephants are probably going to be bearing down on his base, and that's exactly what's going on. They're very, very slow. So, like, he's not going to be able to react and come down here, these elephants. But when he gets to range at this base, what is Mr. Pierogi Lord going to have to stop it? Okay, he can see the elephants are right there. Okay, now crossbows are going to be a good option. If you could get a lot of crossbows, I believe they will be one of the best options you have for counting these from range with some kiting. I haven't gone up against war elephants a ton. I played a lot of Sultanate myself. So I'm not sure exactly what the best counter for these war elephants necessarily is. I would assume probably a ridiculous amount of spears. And there we go. Crossbows taking some shots here. Are they even hitting the war elephants? War elephants, look how much HP these things have. Absolutely annihilating that tower. And let's see what happens with this battle. Lots of archers shooting. War Elephant taking fire. Every one of these archer units is currently focusing down this one War Elephant, tanking all that. Now, a lot of times what you want to do is get your priest on top of this War Elephant so he could heal him up. Because, you know, you're losing a lot of resources when you lose any of these War Elephants. So he was not able to back this up. I thought he might send more units, but Pierogi Lord was working up on a mass and had these crossbows and was able to just focus down those units for the time being. Let's see what Mr. Destructor has up his sleeves. Now he's realized, okay, I got resources in the banks. Look at this. Throwing down some stables, spamming units, trying to take the middle of the map. What is this? Bidding a keep. So he is taking some map control. Personally, I like the ranged elephants a little bit better than the war elephants, but you know, to each their own. And I still think it's too early to really know exactly, you know, what is the best option. I'm recording this on day one of this media preview, so I haven't had a time to re-explore these units yet. So we will we'll see. Now, villagers running out of berry bushes down here. In the middle of the map, just kind of slowly asserting control. Now, there you go. You do see the scholar healing up some war elephants. It would have been nice to have some of the scholars in that fight. He could have been standing behind them, actually healing them up. But he's just going to sit back here. Look at the score now. Pierogi Lord, even with a pretty favorable battle, still behind by a considerable score lead. Let's see what Pierogi Lord is up to. Knowing that there's elephants out in the field, we see some crossbows coming into play. What's going on back here? But you know what? Not a ton of military production buildings. Now, this is something I would see from a lot of Age of Empires 3 players, is they're used to batch training. You're used to being able to just train lots of units out of just one or two barracks. In Age of Empires 4, much like Age of Empires 2, you want to have a lot of military buildings to be able to support the protection of your military. Because if this military gets wiped out, he's not going to be able to reproduce fast enough. It's going to take way too long to produce out of 2 stables and 2 archer ranges. But maybe he will fix that here in a bit. Maybe he's just trying to save up some resources. But meanwhile, Mr. Destructo has a ton of stables up, and he is garrisoning his scholars inside these. And so that's one of the techs you can get for the Sultanate is you can make it so they can garrison inside of buildings to speed up the production rates, and that's exactly what's going on here. So these elephants will be training very quickly. Sorry, I'll quit. I realize that's just neighing a ton when I keep clicking it. But if he's just going to start spamming out elephants, I mean, I think he could just roll over Pierogi Lord if he doesn't get something serious. And honestly, these palisade walls, I mean, he knows that there's elephants coming. Those would like instantly smash these down. So I'm not sure why he's even investing resources in these. Now, the Rus have stronger palisade walls than most civs, but this is not going to really slow them down. Now, interesting. I guess the Rus don't have access to the stone wall. So I've just learned that myself right now, which is why they have stronger palisade walls. But I just don't know, is this really worth it versus all those war elephants? They're coming. Here we go. Man, I want you to see how quickly those things knock down the walls. He's packed up for now. He'll go in there soon. He's just saving up. He's ready. Wants to make sure. Now that he has all these, after he gets like a considerable mass, if I were him, I would pop these scholars out and just go into battle and heal these. He's fully investing in these war elephants. Now, the thing with these not being ranged is the enemy can kite them. He could get kited down, even though they are strong. If they can't hit, they can be kited. Now, Pierogi Lord has just hit the Imperial Age. Sitting low on gold right now. He's still almost at the 3rd tier. But here we go. Watch this. Here comes the elephants. Watch how quickly they will just break down these walls. There we go. Taken down. Those things are going to be going down within seconds. I guess it bought him a little bit of time, but not a whole lot. Villagers coming in trying to repair them. Will they be successful? They are not. In the in come the war elephants. Will he have enough crossbows? Now, if he can get these techs in for them, it will give him a much stronger chance. But you see barely taking any damage for those war elephants. But Pierogi Lord knows that his enemy has invested in those elephants, at least for the time being. What is he training right now? He's training some knights, and he has some Streltsy there in the background. Most powerful range infantry with reasonable melee capabilities. Increased rate of fire while stationary. Okay, unique to the Russ. There we go. So repairing that wall there for the time being. And let's see if Mr. Destructo is going up to the 4th age yet. You know, he's got so many elephants. I almost wonder if he... I think he wants to roll in there, but what I would be doing is maybe mixing in some archers behind these, to be honest. Maybe some just like really light archers. He could just spam those. He's got plenty of wood. I mean, he's got plenty of every resources, frankly. Looks like he's starting to make some gold. And what's this? More stables. So really investing in the stables. How will this pay off as we get in later in the game if Pierogi decides to counter these? Okay, a new age begins. Mr. Destructor does just hit age 4. So I don't think he wants to take this fight right now until he gets these elephants upgraded. There we go. He's pulling back. But now we have a lot of damage coming on some of these war elephants. Probably because these are just he's going to be getting plenty of techs on it. You know, I say that, but he doesn't have any of his tech upgrades for his archers right now. Look, 0-0. He has not got the tech upgrades for those yet. I mean, those elephants are noisy. Listen, you can hear them. I wonder if Pierogi Lord can hear that. They're very noisy. I don't know how loud that's coming through the mix. I turned it down a little bit just to make sure the game wasn't covering anything up. Okay. Now, he's got his elephants. Has he upgraded them yet? They're not heavy. Oh, yeah. He's going to be researching for free, but it's going to take some time. And there we go. Focusing in on that gate, and it's going down very quickly. Now, when he gets in here... Oh, he's attacking from both sides. Kind of a waste of the war elephants there, I kind of feel. Those are just really expensive units. He needs to make contact with these war elephants. He's attacking farms right now. He needs to get on top of these units, which they're kiting, doing a really good job, Pierogi Lord, of kiting, which is what he has to do. He can't stand and fight these elephants head on. But I think Pierogi Lord is going to do an okay job defending this. He's going to have some damage from the elephants, but this is going to be a huge loss for Mr. Destructo to lose all these elephants. But he has to keep kiting. I say that, but he has to keep kiting. If he wants to win this. And there we go. He's got his upgrades. Look at that. He's got Stresley there on the back line. They are as you see, they have like a musket type unit. So they do a lot of damage against those war elephants. And there we go. He's just slowly working this down. And these are great trades. I mean, these are cheap units for the units that he is losing. Let's see what's going on here on the right side. Okay, looks like there's a castle that's been built mid-map. And I feel like even though Mr. Destructor is losing these elephants, his eco is just enough ahead that he's going to be able to afford this. But I think he's going to need to rethink his strategy. He's not going to be able to make pure war elephants here at the moment. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hold on. I hit live. Oh, fast forward. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, here we go. So Mr. Destructo, he's got all these stables. You know, honestly, I would almost consider... investing in some lighter cavalry just to run up on those archers because they're going to be faster. But still going for those war elephants. Have not upgraded them yet. They're not heavy war elephants yet. I would imagine he has the techs in queue. I say that, and then I'm trying to find which one's training it. I wish I could somehow see it as it's being researched, but you can't really tell right now. What's going on up there? War elephant just losing. So just kind of bleeding war elephants at the moment. Look at the score. Doing in a great spot as far as that's concerned. He's got both sacred sites generating gold for him. And honestly, if I was Mr. Destructor right now, I'd maybe be starting to think about that third sacred site at the moment. Okay, here we go. Going back in with the war elephants. This is going to not be any different than the last time. In fact, I would say Pierogi Lord is probably more prepared now. Maybe he's distracted some of his army. He's a war elephant with 39 HP at the top. Yeah, now he's going to get these picked up as Pierogi Lord probably has a considerable amount of archers. He must have lost some of them, I guess, to these elephants. What's going on over here? Yeah, because I thought he had a lot more in this. Oh, there they are. Maybe they just pathed around. And there we go. He is just annihilating these war elephants. This is a big loss. Just bleeding units at the moment. So we could see Pierogi Lord push out here. He's starting to get bombards. He get a massive bombards, and he can honestly protect them with a lot of range if these war elephants just continue to be the only unit in production. Going for the western wall. And there is still one in the north, very low HP, but he's alive. I'd bring him back and heal him. We really haven't seen any scholars in the battlefield yet as far as trying to heal up units. And here we go. He's just going to lose some more war elephants right now. One did get inside and could very well take out this barracks. But still just not a whole lot of value out of this army. We got one just chilling up there. Is he going to throw down any other military buildings? This thing has been like in production the entire game. Never finished the archery range. This is not being built. So kind of a weird thing going on right now. One of the barracks does go down at the moment. Let's see what's going on for Pierogi Lord. Let's look at the resources, current resources. So Pierogi Lord's got a lot of wood. Mr. Destructor has a ton of food and gold. Even though he spent a lot of these war elephants, he's still got plenty of resources at the moment. And is slowly trying to siege down some buildings. And just imagine if he started diversifying his army a little more, I think he would really be able to put on some battle. I say that, but here we go. We've got bombards moving in on the military production facilities right here in the front line. But we also have archers standing there taking fire from the keep and from those war elephants. And though he was able to get some siege on these stables, I don't think he's going to have enough crossbows here to defend this from the war elephants that are certainly popping out. Meanwhile, we just have that same one war elephant just doing work back here in base. And man, these spears, especially they are hardened spearmen, will do some damage, and that thing's just low enough health. It might be able to get down. There we go. We got a mangonel taking a shot at the war elephant, and there we go. Finally, does go down. Okay, so I'm starting to get nervous the fact that Pierogi Lord is running out of wood here around his base, because I feel like Mr. Destructo has the lion's share of the map. Don't know why he has not gone for the northwest sacred site quite yet, but looking really good as far as the eco-wise, even though he's only making one unit. Here we go, going in to engage. Let's see how this goes. These war elephants still have not been upgraded. And getting on top of that bombard as it tries to roll away. And I think it will get it. There we go. Takes out the bombard. Getting in on that wall. Starting to siege that down. But he was able to kite his crossbows back and is taking those elephants. There, the elephant goes down. Look, these elephants have like a big like... It looks like a big flower, but I think it's like a big like feather on top of their helmet, shall we call it. Okay, so mangonels. Now, mangonels could be a great answer to this archer mass. Those mangonel shots do really well against units that are packed up closely, particularly against archers. This could be a good response. Bombard taking some shots there. And here we go. Let's see if this mangonel get in any shots. There we go. He's trying to get some hits on those crossbows. Now, Bombard probably should just focus down the walls at the moment. He has so much resource. I just wish he would just mix in just a little bit more variety of army comp. But now we got the siege units coming in. The siege units could turn the tide of the battle, particularly if he starts ripping through his base, because these elephants will be pretty tanky here as he advances here. Okay. Now, Pierogi's army is trying to take out some of these war elephants, but he's getting relatively low on resources and doesn't have a huge army to show for it. You want to have way more numbers, of course, against a big elephant army like this. And he's kind of sitting here on a low, medium-sized army. And grouping up now. Watch this mangonel shot as it goes in here. Boom, taking out a bunch of units. Now, meanwhile, we do have this outpost is okay. He's garrisoned inside the outpost and was able to take out a catapult. Very nice. Clever, clever, clever. Wooden fortress putting in work right now. But the gates are down. The trebuchets are up. And Pierogi's base is under siege. Honestly, I feel like Mr. Destructo could just make a beeline for these military production buildings and would shut down the reinforcements. Mangonel is not going to be wildly effective against buildings. They'll be okay. He probably wants to get in position to take some shots on the Streltsy. There we go. The tower going down. Elephants cleaning up what was left inside there, and the wall going down as well. This is starting to really look in favor of Mr. Destructor. Let's see what the score is saying right now. Just about, I mean, we're just under double score. Just really snowballing. And kind of what I said early on is Delhi Sultanate really is going to excel late in the game as he's got all these free technologies. You can imagine he's just teched out to the max. And I keep saying that, but the War Elephants has yet to be upgraded. I do believe it's called something different when it gets this upgrade in the 4th age. Perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps I'm wrong. But, okay, there we go. Down go some of the Streltsy, taking some shots on those archery ranges. And now you can see the elephants will just rip through these landmarks. He can probably just make a race on those landmarks with those elephants and be in a pretty good shape. Now, we do see the Streltsy moving in. Whoa! Just the bombard just splinters. It's just gone. It's a pile of wood now. But in come the trebuchet. This war elephants mop up what was left of the army. And I don't think Parochial Lord is going to be able to stop the momentum of Mr. Destructo. And there you have it. Match is completed. And Mr. Destructo will come out ahead. If you like this casted game, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that the notification bell. I will be casting several games as we move out through this media preview and posting them on my YouTube channel. And I will be also providing plenty of Age of Empires 4 guides, and there are some already on my channel. So until next time, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.